Micah Supreme here, coming at you guys with a Sacred Sunday reading. So, as you guys already know, Sacred Sunday is the day where I take time to connect personally to Source to pull a message directly from the horse's mouth, so to speak. This is my personal time where I connect to Father, to Source, the universe, and I deliver a message that's directly inspired from him. Um, Let me see. I guess that now that I got the ritual out the way, I guess we can kind of talk. So I was guided to call this one Destiny, and I don't know why, but I was really drawn to reflect on the dream that I had earlier today. Well, the dream that I had like this morning. This morning? Whatever. The dream, my most recent dream. Um, and I'm only meant to share just a small portion of that dream, just what's going to be relevant, I believe, for this reading, because a lot of it I still haven't sifted through. But I'm gonna share the relevant portion of the dream and why I think it matters a lot. Because lately, ever since I had that dream that I had last Sacred Sunday about like the giant in the water and the tiger appearing in a shop, my dreams has become like much more mundane. It's just been like moving on, moving forward, something new. But the dream that I had today, and I think it's no coincidence that I had it today when I was getting ready to do a Sacred Sunday reading, it seemed to connect and reconfirm the other dreams that I had, at least this particular portion. So in this dream, or at least the portion that I'm going to share, um, I I know it was me, but I look like Jamie Foxx in this dream. And if you guys know anything about Jamie Foxx, he's a triple threat. He's a singer, actor, comedian. It's one of the things that I really admire about Jamie Foxx is how talented he is. Um, so in this dream, it, it was really weird because I killed someone. I killed someone in this dream. It was like this really nasty old man, like, and I murdered him in like a very gruesome way. I'm not going to share the details, but I murdered him. And his wife ended up like calling the police and like having a wanted made me wanted. But the thing is though, later on in the dream, I I was in collusion with them. It was like, okay, you know, you're free now. You did what you had to do. We faked his death. So here's a large. They gave me a large sum of money, and they said, well, we're sorry, but you know, we can't stop the cops from coming after you. Like maybe we can trust that you can handle that part, but thank you for helping us out. So as I was like leaving, mind you, I still look like Jamie Foxx. As I was leaving, the cops recognized me. At first, the cop was like on a bike. He looked at me, but he kept going. But then he stopped because I was already a wanted person. I kept walking, pretending like he didn't see me. I was trying to get the fuck out of there. But he came back and no, he was in a car. And then he started like going in reverse down the street. So I started running. And then I turned around and I ran up the opposite end. Like I was just going down the end that he can't like legally go down. But eventually two other cops came up and they stopped me. And they was like, "Hey you, what's your name?" And I was like, "Oh, my name is Jason, Jason Long." I had to come up with a fake name. So they stopped me. They took out my wallet and stuff like that. And you know, I had to like give them a story, like, oh, you know, I'm just a struggling college student. Like, you know, I'm trying to make my way back home. I was having to like get away from the cops. They wasn't buying none of that. They wasn't buying my story like literally at all. So they ended up like taking my wallet. They took the money that I earned out of the wallet, and I was like literally begging, like, "Oh no, don't take my money! Like I really need it." Like it was fine because I planned on leaving anyway, but I needed that money to be gone. So we ended up back in the station, and next thing you know, they pulled out another ID. They was like, "Well, we got a problem here because there's also this ID here." And I looked like myself again, and it was my ID. It was like, you look like Keenan Hawkins. And they pulled out my literal real life ID. And they were saying, like, now we have a problem here. Something's not adding up. Like, I know this is you. So then I got mad. Like, I was like, okay, there's nothing else I can do. Like, pulled out a gun with a silencer and I shot the cops. And took my money and I left and I skedaddled. One of them didn't die all the way. He managed to call for help before I had to shoot him again and like leave. So I fled the station. I was running and I had to catch a bus and I got on a bus because they would never suspect me to be on a bus. So I caught the 49 bus, which was around the corner, and I managed to like escape. But the part that where this really ties in that really ties into the other parts of my dream was when I got on a bus, and normally buses and dreams are indicative of a transition, of a life change. Cars are like your actual life, but buses are transitions, change, and being transported to a brand new area. That's why when you dream of catching a bus or getting on buses or trains or even faster, like locomotion or a faster symbology of the same thing, it means that your life is in transition, it's in change. And I did the math in my head in the shower. 49 is 4 plus 9, which is 13, plus 1 plus 3 is 4. So on the path and the transition to stability. As I was on the bus, I went to sleep and I was pulled somewhere else until I really felt like I was pulled through a portal. And it was a woman dressed in black, and she was talking to me. She gave me a mirror and she etched runes into the mirror. And the runes, and I remember it was Rido, Awas, Rido, Adwas, Tirwas. And she told me that this was for protection. Now, this is the part that really like ties into everything because the runes Rido and Awas are representative of a journey and progress. Rido is the rune that protects you on your journey to let you know that you are going to make it to where you need to go or where you want to go. You can wear it as an amulet as you're driving, as you're going on a journey, and it's particularly long journeys, and it provides that protection and ensures your safety on where you're going. But on top of that, not only does Vital represent a physical journey, but it also represents a spiritual one as well, of being on your right path spiritually. So she gave me a mirror etched with the Rido and the Awas moon. The Awas is the rune of a horse, your ally, your protector. The Awas rune is indicative of having a breakthrough, of that you're not only on your right path, but there's significant progress being made on your path. Like you did it. Like this is like you have help and you're there. The Awas moons is also communication between people and animals. So or people or like if you're doing it for like a relationship is between two people, it indicates harmony. So this was about me having a very good time and being protected on my journey, that I'm having a breakthrough, protected, and that things are really gonna start looking up. There's a very positive and strong breakthrough. And at the end, it was sealed with the Tirwas rune, which is the rune of protection, both physical, spiritual, and mental. It also is the warrior rune, for it gave the warriors but etched the Tirwas rune onto the hilt of their sword, so that they can like guide their hands, so that their swings, their slices will be well guided. All this to say, like this ties in because I really feel like this is a message for everyone. If you've been with me this long and if you've been listening through my what seems to be insane ramblings for the past 10 minutes now, sheesh. All of this is to say that if you have really done something that you felt was very risky, something that you felt was like really against what was the status quo, or something that was like really different in your life, just know that not only did you initiate a big change, but you're activated a huge breakthrough in your life. And you can really expect the rest of your journey and the rest of your path to be protected, guided, and know that you're on the right path. And that really tied in with like my other two dreams. And it comes along here with the message of destiny, which is what I titled this Sacred Sunday reading. I feel like, at least this is what I got when I woke up and I decided to channel, that destiny is at play. Gotta drink some water. That destiny is at play. If you really done something that was like really out of your norm and you took a huge leap of faith, just know you jumped right onto your destined path. And you should really watch and see what's about to happen. It might really look like nothing's really happening at the moment. Cause as I mentioned, like last Sacred Sunday, I was in the water and the water was still and nothing was going on. The giant was just in the water looking at me and I was just there. But then it moved. Get ready. I really feel like a lot of us right now are just in that phase where, we're just in the water, like, okay, what now? Get ready. Something's about to happen. I feel it very strongly. Something really positive is about to come and sweep you off your feet, I'm hearing. And it's going to really elevate and move your life in a very quick manner. And it's because this is destiny. You're aligning yourself to what it is that you really are supposed to do, or whatever it is that you agreed to do with your life when you incarnated into this plane. I'm gonna start this reading off by pulling some runes. Again, with the urus. Algaes. I'm seeing one more. All right, I'll pull four. Because I know I need to shuffle and pull the last one. But yeah, I shared this dream. I actually need to write down that portion that I shared with you guys as well. I need to write down that portion that I shared because that's important. Gable. All right. We have Urus, Algaes, Kaunas, and Gable. And already, at least with Urus and Algaes, this speaks of having tremendous power. The Algaes rune is all about it's like giving the divine tools. It also symbolizes a strong connection with divine forces as well. The Algaes rune is about you like really being like the tool, being used, and like really just having a very strong connection. And again, the strength rune is being highlighted. You are one with your destiny. You are one with your path. You are one with your spiritual guidance. For those of you who've taken that leap and really just did something like that you felt was really risky, or had been doing something that you felt was like really risky and out of the norm and non-traditional. You are one with your spiritual guides and your spiritual like instructions. Do not doubt that. Things may not seem like, well, this isn't what I thought it was going to be, but it's coming. It's going to be coming very quickly with the Urus rune here. It's going to be coming like a wrecking ball. The Algaes rune here lets me know that you have power. The Algaes rune, in fact, is representative, I think, of, I feel like it's Thor's hammer, but I always get this wrong because it could be Thor's size, but I feel like Thor's size is actually Thor's rune, but Algaes is representative of his hammer. Because legend has it that it wasn't a hammer, it was actually a club, which would make much more sense for ancient Europe than an actual hammer. But that's getting into deep stuff that we don't really need to talk about here. But yeah, this is about you becoming one, having the tools. And what's funny is that Colonize is the one that's having mastery over tools. Like this is like, well, one, it is the rune of mastery, but it's also like for technology, for building with your hands, for like really having mastery and skill over whatever it is that you're doing. So if you are someone who's like, let's say a craftsman, you could be a craftsman. Yeah, someone who practices crafts. Whatever your craft is, just know that you're really talented enough to succeed. As long as you keep studying and like really put your work out there, you're going to succeed. You really, really are. I feel like this might has a lot to do with people who are like really taking the time out to like maybe start their own business, to invest more in their dreams, to invest more in their hobbies. You're really being guided and pushed in that direction to keep up with it, to keep going. And if it's something that you've been doing for like a while now, you're gonna have your breakthrough. Cause I like I said in that dream, she gave me that woman in black etched the Rido and Aidwa's room. Two Ridos, two Aidwas, and a Tirwas room. Let you know there is a strong breakthrough and that you are protected on your journey, both in life and in the spiritual. And Tirwas even protects against black eye, I mean, I was still calling him black eye, evil eye, black magic, and curses. You are protected, so stay on the path. And here we have the Gable Room, which is the gift. Gable is representative of like giving a gift, but to me, it also represents the entwining of two energies. Remember how I said in Algies, you are one with your connection? The Gable Room here is to really clarify and signify that. You have a very strong connection to your intuition, to your spiritual guidance, and you need to trust it. This is why this showed up. Okay. Okay, I get it now. Because at the bottom deck, we also had the Ingles room or Ink. And Ing is all about being protected, but also being still. This is like the period where things aren't really moving, but it's because it's the period where you need to store up your energy to really allow your protection to really like kick in. And then it's going to like sprout and grow. This is the Rune of Deceit. Things aren't things like I said, you're in that period right now where things doesn't seem to be moving. The water seems very still, but this is a very important and crucial moment. It's time for you to like really hone your craft, to really practice yourself. I mean, practice whatever it is that you're really trying to put out there, and also to allow your energy to recharge. Yes, to allow yourself to recharge. Because, like I said, this energy is going to be moving very quickly. Once the wave like actually once the giant in the water flicks the water, you're gonna be sent flying through the water and through the waves. It's gonna be very quick and successive movements to get you to where you need to be. Because I feel like some of you guys might have just took a little bit longer than most to get to where you needed to go. So your progress is gonna have to be pretty rapid. Okay. All right. But right now, just enjoy the stillness, enjoy the quiet right now. Just enjoy the fact that nothing is happening because you're gonna miss this moment when things start happening. Once once everything becomes hectic and really start picking up speed, you're gonna wish for a break. But so just take your time out right now to build your energy, reconnect with your hobbies, with your passions, with your crafts, the things that you enjoy doing, and just know that a beautiful gift is coming your way. That's gonna put you in line with your destiny. All right. Despondence. Okay, I get it here. I'm gonna pull another one to go with that because that one's actually telling a story. What's this one? Enlightenment. One more. And rejection. I like it. With gratitude. All right. We have despondence, enlightenment, rejection, and gratitude. And this tells me a very, very clear story. This is about like pretty much chronicling your journey here. With the despondence card, this is someone who is like very sad. Because being despondent means to be sad, depressed, or in a very low or negative emotional state. This could have been you, or this could be you right now after you made this move, and now you're in the still water and you're wondering what the hell is happening. This could be you, but I get that this is past energy because in the despondence card, Mother Earth, Gaia comes out and tells this woman, like, well, if you're sad, why don't you just go and do something about it? Why don't you go outside? Come outside and let me heal you. But she's over here, but this woman here, and you can see her face all frowned up. She's like, what's that going to do? What's going outside going to do for me? I'm in here and I'm sad. I need something to happen. Why aren't you making anything happen? So this is going to be funny. I think Mother Gaia sets her house on fire. I think she sets her house on fire to get the woman to like really get out of her house and to come outside. And this is very indicative of the fact that if there's something that's meant for you, that's destined for you to happen, destiny, spirit, father, the universe is always going to have its way. Like you're going to act in accordance with its will. If you really have like the inclination to do it, if you have the connection. We do have free will, but some of us, if you're very connected and you know you have a very deep mission here, they won't allow you to ignore it. And I'm being drawn to tell you guys to look at Jonah for an example. Jonah was a prophet and he was trying to deny what it was that he was supposed to do. But just know that if you are someone who has a very strong purpose for your life, you don't get to say no. There is no no. It's going to be you're going to go and do because this is needed for everyone and for you. This woman, she didn't want to move. She was sitting there, she was being sad, being ungrateful, and really just trying to wonder like why isn't anything happening in her life? But what she failed to realize was that she had to make the first move, which is why I said that this was past energy. She had to get out. She had to get up and do something. She had to go out here and like really realize and walk in her path. This sage here is like the reluctant sage. This is like coming into wisdom and knowledge, even if it's not something that you truly want. And this is why I had to mention Jonah. Jonah didn't want to be a prophet. Jonah didn't want to do what God told him to do. He didn't want to do any of that stuff. In fact, he tried to run away from his calling in life. And maybe some of you guys are trying to run away from what it is that you know that you're meant to do. Maybe some of you guys, after having this despondent moment and really having like a tower moment to push you in, you had to learn the hard way. But either way, you have a higher knowledge and a better understanding of your life right now or what it is that you need to do. And some of us might be reluctant in having to do it. Some of us probably wish we can go back to being unwoke, to just living in the matrix. But you have higher knowledge right now and you're meant to share it and you're meant to express what it is that you signed up for. I'm being really, really heavily drawn to say this. You signed up for this. This is what you wanted. This is what you agreed to. You're going to have to step into this path, whether you're reluctant or not. But you're meant to share with the world. Yes, you're meant to share your talent, share your wisdom, and share your gift with the world, whether you like it or not. This is what you're here for. You have a purpose. You're meant to do this. And then here we have the rejection card. Actually, no. Before I get to rejection, I'm gonna read a little bit more on the enlightenment card because I feel like there's something. I turned right to the page. I feel like there's something here that I really need to talk about. So I'm gonna read the story, the legend behind it. Topaz is a renowned spiritual teacher. People travel to hear his wisdom. He is journeying up a mountain to seek private counsel with the great servant when a young boy stops him. The boy asks, if enlightenment is to be found in my own mind, how do I get there? The moment before he disappears into the mist, Topaz replies, through your fears. And again, this ties right in with the despondence card. This woman wasn't moving or doing anything, probably because she was afraid to go outside. She wanted the easy path. She wanted to not have to go through and face herself or face whatever it was that was outside until her house got set on fire and she had to go. At the inspiration behind this card is remember that at this time, your journey is more important than your destination. This is why I had to read this damn card. This ties right back into my dream. Your journey is more important than your destination. Remember, if you face your fear, you will grow stronger. Relief awaits. And the key ideas behind this card is the path to enlightenment, the reluctant sage, taking time alone to connect, trusting your intuition, needing solitude, and time for reflection. And this is what the Ingles rune is all about. Is that time alone, that solitude, that moment spent in stillness. Like I said, don't knock this moment. Don't knock this period in your life where nothing is moving. This is heavily needed for you to reflect, to get clear on what it is that you want to achieve and what you want out of your life. Because when the movement comes, it's going to be very fast. Okay, it's going to be fast movement. So you need to make sure that your energy is up to snuff, that you got yourself together, and that you're spending your time in gratitude for this moment. Like every moment that you need to really really enjoy. Oh, okay. If you guys watched the Step Into My Parlor reading and you were Power 4, this is definitely a reading meant for the Power 4s, especially with the gratitude, because I heard rejoice through all the seasons. And that showed up in that reading. Rejoice through all the seasons, no matter what's happening in your life. Always show gratitude for the ups and the downs, for the periods of stillness and inactivity as well. Something is about to happen. But the rejection card here is what's really prominent. And this is what's most important here is that whatever it is that you're going to be doing, you have to really prepare yourself to face opposition. That not everyone is going to understand. Not everyone is really going to feed into it. Not everyone is really going to believe you or support you. This is the part where you need to take the time to become why you need to take the time to become really clear. When you're not seeing the support that you feel like you should be getting, when people are seemingly just rising up against you to try to just like tear you down, you have to remember why it is that you do what you do and stick to your vision and stick to your guns. That's the most important part here, and that's why the rejection card is here. This guy, as he's doing his work and doing his painting, the voice of all his critics come into his head. It starts trying to distract him. But he stays focused on his goals, stay focused on his art, his work, his craft that he mastered, his knowledge that he has, and he sticks to it and sticks with it and still puts out his art the way that he wants it. This is about not caving into the pressures of other people or societal pressure and being the artist of your own life, painting the life, your masterpiece, in the way that you want it, or as spirit ordained for you, for some of us, the way that spirit ordained for you. And just know that no one can ever stop or nothing, no one can ever suspend what's meant to be. Only you can. I'm getting so many downloads and revelations about my own personal stuff. I'm not going to keep sharing like that stuff here, but I'm getting a lot of revelation, a lot of downloads, a lot of downloads. So I'm gonna have to sit back and rewatch this video and journal too. So it's a reading for me too. All right. So let's go to our next deck. I felt like this message was very congruent and very much important. And here we have, wow, okay, all right. I thought I was going to go to the next deck, but I was told to pull some more. Because the next card we had that was like literally staring me in my face and begging to be pulled out is the acceptance card. This should look familiar. This image should look familiar because this was the the image that I used for my last Sacred Sunday reading, the card of acceptance, and here it is making its appearance. This woman, Miss Cherry, out here baking a pie, and she's being spiritually guided. I'm gonna read this card too because it's been a while since I've seen it, but it keeps coming up now, so I'm gonna read it. And we have the card of impatience. Here we have Sky God here making an appearance. The impatience card speaks of not moving before divine timing. Like I said, enjoy this period of stillness. That's all this card is out here for. Enjoy the period of stillness because you can't trigger anything. The more you try, the more you're just going to frustrate yourself. Your next movement, that big wave, is going to come in divine timing. This is all that the impatience card is. It's the card of divine timing. Trust. Wait. Because if you sit there and try to do things yourself, God's going to sit there. He's going to watch. He's going to watch with amusement as you try. But the moment you tucker yourself up, you get tired and you stop trying, that's when it's going to happen. So just save yourself the trouble, relax, enjoy the period of stillness because no amount of effort that you put in is going to move anything forward. So why not just take a break and let God do his part? Because you've done yours. So let him do his. So where's the card of acceptance? Oh, okay. I'm gonna read the summary for this card. It says innocence and an inability to see one's own gift are indicated, as well as protection of spirit guides. Good luck and an increase in self-esteem and confidence. Bro. What was I saying? Your inability to see one's own gift. You probably don't think that you're as talented as you really are. If you really resonate with this, you probably underestimate yourself a whole lot. That could also be this despondence card. Okay. You probably just don't understand how wise you truly are. Oh. You don't understand how good you are. Okay. My heart. Oh. You don't understand how good you are about what I'm about to cry. Stop. You don't understand how good you are. That even though you might not be getting the support that you want or the support that you feel like you need, there might be people who might criticize or have their own little naysay or nitpicks about the work that you do or the craft that you produce. Just know that you're heavily supported by your spirit guides. You're here to do something important, and the gratitude card, they're grateful for you and for the work that you put in and the things that you do. You are loved and you are appreciated. Even if it doesn't show in this world, your spirit guides love you and they appreciate you. You are going down the right and proper path. So don't be sad. Something is going to come through for you soon. You're more gifted than even you believe. And you are protected. And again, that ties into the dream that I shared with you guys earlier. So once this is posted, I suggest you watch that. Because at first, I thought I was just rambling whenever I talk about my dreams, but it always ties into the Sacred Sunday readings, and I love that. So I'm gonna read the legend of the acceptance card. Cherry loves her work as a waitress, but feels that something is missing from her life. She has a boyfriend, yet she senses that he is unfaithful. One day, a customer orders cherry pie. Cherry cuts a slice and sighs to a friend that her life is like that pie, with a slice missing. Aw. Her friend remarks that maybe Cherry is a heart shaped pie. Cherry's perspective changes. She leaves her boyfriend and later meets a man who makes her happy. A magical box of self acceptance appears before you. Your unique qualities reside within. Open it. Are things simple now? Cherry Heart invites you to see yourself as complete just as you are. The key ideas is new ways of seeing yourself, embracing imperfection, feeling incomplete, and you're selling yourself short. Again, you're so much more talented than what you know. And things are going to pop off when they're meant to. So stay patient and go with the flow of your life. Because, like I said, for some of you guys who took a risk to really put yourself out there more, right now you're just in the pool. You're just in still waters. But a move is going to happen. Trust that. Believe in it. So let's get some of these my iris oracles. Father, thank you for this strong, inspirational, and supportive message. Okay. Jeez, Louise. All right. All right. I see. I got you. I'm gonna get it right. It's a lot of cards. You sure? You sure? This is a lot of cards. I really didn't want to be here talking for like an hour. Please, God. All right. So we just going. I'm just going to give the message in general. I won't be going card by card because it's a lot of cards here. So the message in general that I got from here is very first card was be free and do what you love. Again, do what you love. That is the true and proper path. That is exactly what you were here to do. Whatever it is that your heart is calling you to do, your hobby, your craft, the thing that really lights you up inside, that is what you're here to do. and you're meant to just do it, even if no one else sees it, even if no one else appreciates it, even if people might reject your work. You're meant to still do it because that's your gift back to spirit, and that's what gift to the portal is all about. It's about doing work, getting gifts, doing offerings, because your work is your offering to Father, to Source. That's your offering, your daily bread that you give. The more you do that work, even though other people might not receive it, like I said, your spirit guides see it. They love your work. They support you. You're doing exactly what it is that you're meant to do. Again, the all knower represents that you know. You know deep down inside that this is what it is that you're supposed to do. You feel it. It's your mind that might be coming into play, the ego, the societal expectations. But on a spiritual level, you are the high priestess, the high priest. You know on a deep and intuitive level what it is that you need to do and what's going to happen. Trust your intuition a whole lot more because you're so much more connected, so much more gifted, so much more talented than you're giving yourself credit for. Just know that right now you're between worlds, you're in transition. Like I said, you're in that period right now where everything is just still. It's still where you're meant to recharge your energy, refocus, and get clear on what it is that you're going to want in your life and want for the future. It's happening because you made that move. You are the sheep who wandered and found a different shepherd. You came out of the pen, out of the. I'm hearing like the slaughter pen from like how the world conditions people to believe. You left that pen. You realized that it wasn't for you, and you found a better shepherd, the great shepherd. That's the name. That's one of the names for Jesus. Actually, I believe is the great shepherd. You found a different shepherd, one that's really more closely aligned to you, one that supports you, one that's like showing you love. You know deep down inside what it is that you need to do, and that you're loved, supported, and protected while you're doing it. So stay strong. Know that abundance is all there, the cornucopia. The universe is abundant and it gives abundantly. Just sit back and wait and wait your turn. Right now you're in I feel like you're in a waiting room. You've already took the big steps to even show up to the building. And now that you took that huge risk, and mind you, that's no small feat here, especially with the despondence card. Taking that risk was no small feat to decide that you're going to do what you love. It may seem other people may really trumpet that throughout the world, but it's not really a practical thing like to really just do what you love, because there's always a chance that your hobby isn't going to give you any financial return. You can lose your house. How you going to pay your rent? Choosing to live your life out of love and what it is that you love to do is a huge risk, but it's so brave and so courageous. And the universe rewards the people who do stuff like that. They're gonna have to wait, until everything truly aligns. There's a lot of inner work and stuff that needs to be done, a lot of confidence building, but it's gonna happen. The universe is abundant and gives abundantly. Scarcity is a myth. So continue to do what it is that you're doing, because here we have the 7-7. Sevens is the number of spirit. This is the card, in fact, that lets you know that spirit is here, that is guiding you. That at least the number. That spirit is here and is guiding you. I'm hearing that after this, you guys should look up angel number 55 and 77 because it's very important for this reading. But the sword card speaks of you being able to end a cycle in your life. You have the knowledge and the power to cut through this cycle, and you've already chosen it. You've already cut through. Now you just need to wait for the reward, which is sitting on top of the world, being able to like have the success, the achievement, and the things that you want. It's going to come in divine timing. And I know people hate hearing that. I know I get tired of hearing it from time to time, but it's there. It's a very real thing, and it's going to happen. You've done the hard work. You've done the heavy lifting. Now just let Father do his part while you just be patient. It's going to happen. The spirit guides love your work, and you're selling, and you're quite frankly, you might just be selling yourself short. And I take that to heart because maybe I am selling myself a little short because of the rejection. But don't worry, things are going to happen for you when as it's going to happen. You are very great with your craft. You work on your craft. You put a lot of time, effort, love, and care into your craft because it's something that you love to do. And you're going to be rewarded with a beautiful gift for being brave and courageous enough to come out your house and do something that you love to do, to be the change that you want to see in your life. And that type of bravery, that type of courage is always rewarded. You are going to know joy in your life. So remember, people, let this reading come through and let you know that you're on your destined path, that you're doing what it is that you're supposed to do. Stay strong, stay committed, and just know that your rewards are going to happen for you and things are going to pop off when they're meant to. So thank you so much for sitting with me for these 40 minutes. Thank you. Be blessed. Go enjoy your Sunday, y'all, because I know I'm about to get me some ice cream. All right, bye, guys.